Hi, everyone. My name is Tom. Welcome to this learning podcast. Today, we're talking about a very useful topic at the airport. If you travel by plane, this lesson will help you understand common words and situations. Let's imagine you are going to the airport. First, you arrive at the airport by taxi, bus, or car. When you enter the building, you will see many signs. These signs show directions like departures, arrivals, check-in, and security. The first step is check-in. At the check-in desk, you go to the airline staff. You give your passport and your ticket or booking information. The staff checks your details and gives you a boarding pass. The boarding pass is very important. It shows your flight number, your seat, and your gate. Sometimes you also give your luggage at the check-in desk. This is called checked baggage. The staff puts a tag on your bag and sends it to the plane. You will not carry this bag with you inside the plane. You can only take a small bag with you, called hand luggage or carry-on. After check-in, you go to the security check. At security, you must show your boarding pass and passport again. You also need to put your bags on a scanner. Sometimes you must remove your laptop, liquids, or metal items like keys and belts. Security officers check everything to make sure it is safe. After security, you enter the departure area. Here you can wait for your flight. There are shops, cafes, and places to sit. You can buy food, drinks, or souvenirs. On the screens, you will see flight information. This includes your flight number, departure time, and gate number. It is important to listen to announcements. Sometimes the airport staff makes announcements through speakers. They may call your flight or give updates about delays or changes. That is the first part of our lesson. In the next part, we will continue with boarding the plane and what happens on the aircraft. Now, let's continue our journey at the airport. After waiting in the departure area, you need to go to your gate. The gate number is written on your boarding pass and on the airport screens. When it is time, you go to the gate and stand in line. This is called boarding. At the gate, an airport worker checks your boarding pass and sometimes your passport again. Then you can enter the airplane. This is usually done in groups or by rows. People with special needs or families with small children often board first. When you enter the plane, you look for your seat. Your seat number is on your boarding pass. You can put your hand luggage in the overhead compartment above your seat or under the seat in front of you. After that, you sit down and fasten your seat belt. A flight attendant will greet passengers and give safety instructions. They may show how to use the seat belt, oxygen mask, and life jacket. It is important to listen carefully, even if you have flown before. Before takeoff, the plane doors are closed. The crew checks everything again. Then the plane starts moving slowly on the runway. This is called taxiing. After that, the plane takes off and goes into the sky. During the flight, you can relax, listen to music, watch a movie, or sleep. On longer flights, the crew may offer drinks, snacks, or meals. If you need help, you can press the call button above your seat to speak to a flight attendant. Sometimes the flight may have turbulence. This means the plane shakes a little because of air movement. It is normal and usually not dangerous. The seatbelt sign may turn on, and you should stay in your seat and keep your seatbelt fastened. In the next part, we will talk about arriving at your destination and what happens after the plane lands. Now let's continue with the final part of the flight, arriving at the destination. When the plane is near the destination, the flight attendants ask passengers to prepare for landing. You must return your seat to an upright position, fasten your seatbelt, and put away your tray table. Electronic devices may need to be turned off or set to airplane mode. Soon after, the plane begins to descend. This means it slowly goes down toward the ground. You may feel pressure in your ears. This is normal. You can swallow, yawn, or chew gum to feel more comfortable. The plane lands on the runway and slows down. After landing, it moves on the ground again to reach the terminal. This is similar to what happened before takeoff. When the plane stops, the seatbelt sign turns off. The crew opens the doors and passengers start leaving the plane. This is called disembarking. You take your hand luggage and follow the signs to the exit. Next, you go to baggage claim if you checked in luggage. At baggage claim, you will see a conveyor belt with many suitcases. You need to find your bag. The screens show your flight number and the correct belt number. After you collect your luggage, you may go through passport control or customs, depending on the country. Officers may ask for your passport, visa, or travel documents. They might ask simple questions about your trip, such as where you stayed or how long you visited. Finally, you leave the airport and go outside. You can take a taxi, bus, train, or meet someone who is waiting for you. In the next part, we will learn useful phrases and vocabulary you can use at the airport in real situations. Now let's learn some useful phrases and vocabulary you can use at the airport. These are simple expressions that help you communicate with airport staff and other passengers. When you arrive at the check-in desk, you can say, "Hello, I have a flight to city." Or you can say, "I would like to check in." The staff may ask for your passport and ticket. If you do not understand something, you can say, "Can you please repeat that?" Or "Can you speak more slowly, please?" These phrases are very helpful if English is not your first language. At security, you may hear instructions like, "Put your bag on the belt," or "Take out your laptop." You can follow these instructions step by step. If you are unsure, you can ask, "What should I do next?" At the gate, you may ask, "Is this the gate for flight number, or when does boarding start?" Airport staff usually give clear answers. On the plane, you can ask a flight attendant, "Can I have some water, please?" Or "Where's my seat?" Or "I need help, please." They're there to assist you. If you have a problem, you can say, "I cannot find my luggage," or "My bag is missing." At baggage claim, staff can help you find lost items. Here are some important words to remember. Passport, your travel document. Boarding pass, your flight ticket for entering the plane. Gate, the place where you board. Baggage, your luggage or bags. Departure, leaving the airport. Arrival, coming to the airport. Security check, inspection for safety. Practice these words and phrases slowly. Try to repeat them out loud. This will help you feel more confident when you travel. In the next part, we will practice a short dialogue at the airport. Now let's practice a simple dialogue at the airport. I will show you a conversation between a passenger and an airport staff member. This will help you understand how to use the phrases in real life. Passenger, "Hello, I have a flight to London." Staff, "Hello, may I see your passport and ticket, please?" Passenger, "Yes, here they are." Staff, "Thank you. Do you have any checked baggage?" Passenger, "Yes, I have one suitcase." Staff, "Please put your suitcase on the scale." Here is your boarding pass. Your gate is B12 and boarding starts at 2 p.m. Passenger, "Thank you very much." Now, another short conversation at the gate. Passenger, "Excuse me, is this the gate for flight 245? Staff, "Yes, it is. Please wait here. Boarding will start soon." Passenger, "Thank you." And one more example on the plane. Passenger, "Excuse me." Flight attendant, "Yes, How can I help you? Passenger, can I have some water, please? Flight attendant, of course. Here you are. Passenger, thank you. Flight attendant, you're welcome. Try to read this dialogue several times. You can also read it aloud and practice speaking. Pay attention to polite words like please, thank you, and excuse me. These are very important in English communication, especially in public places like the airport. In the next and final part, we will do a short summary and review of everything we learned today. Let's finish with a short review of everything we learned in this podcast about at the airport. First, you arrive at the airport and go to check-in. There, you show your passport and receive your boarding pass. If you have luggage, you give your checked baggage to the staff. You also keep a small bag as carry-on. Next, you go through security. You show your documents, place your bags on the scanner, and follow the instructions. After that, you wait in the departure area where you can see flight information on screens, buy food, or relax. When your flight is ready, you go to your gate and wait for boarding. At the gate, staff check your boarding pass. Then you enter the plane, find your seat, and listen to safety instructions from the flight attendants. During the flight, you can rest, eat, or watch something. The crew is available if you need help. Sometimes there is turbulence, but it is normal. When the plane lands, you arrive at your destination. You leave the plane, go to baggage claim to collect your luggage, and may go through passport control or customs. After that, you exit the airport and continue your journey. We also learned useful phrases like, "Can you please repeat that? Where's my seat? Can I have some water, please? Is this the gate for my flight?" And important words like boarding pass, gate, baggage, departure, and arrival. That is the end of today's lesson. Practice these words and phrases regularly. The more you repeat them, the easier it will become to use English at the airport. Thanks for listening. This is Tom, and I'll see you next time.
Write a comment. 3 best comments get 20 English lessons completely free.